Nevis Radio, out and about in the community.
It's raining, and myself and Esme have come down to stand in the middle of some trees. But not just any trees. We've come down to the nature reserve down at Duror, who are now sponsoring our traffic and travel, courtesy of Highland Titles, with Stewart here. Good afternoon, how are you?
Afternoon, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm great, well, could do with some sunshine. What have you done with it?
Just give us 5 minutes.
5 minutes, right. Now, casting mind back to people that maybe were listening online back at the time, you came to our studio, you sponsored our traffic and travel, and you've presented myself and Esme with some certificates.
I did.
So we've come down to have a little look, see what those certificates are all about.
And I have my trusty GPS so as I can take you to the very spot.
Let's go see what it's all about then. Okay, Stuart, we're in the middle of, I don't know where, but are we close?
Yes, there you go. That's how close we are. We just need to follow to there. So we're just in there.
Oh, we're deep in the woods.
I'm afraid so.
Is there any bears having a picnic?
No, not today. You're quite safe. But it doesn't look much now, but give us a few years and that'll all be gone because it's non-native trees. So we'll take them out and replace them with nice native.
Okay, and so that's more to the point of what it is you do here, isn't it? It's kind of bringing it back to how it should be.
Yeah, exactly. This was grant-funded commercial planting about 20, 25 years ago. But as you'll see when we walk in, it's so dark. There's nothing growing, there's nothing for the wildlife, so they tend not to use it, so it goes.
Okay, and how long does this process kind of take? Is it kind of just an indefinite thing?
No, there is an end to it, but there's quite a lot of Sitka here, so it'll take a few years. We won't take it all out at once. We'll kind of do it a bit at a time, so 5, 6 years maybe.
Okay, that's not actually that long in the grand scheme of things.
Well, you can
long enough.
Yeah, long enough. I just want to see it gone. I hate it because there's no wildlife in there, and that's really what restoration's about and conservation. There should be animals, and there isn't, not in there.
Okay, right. Well, let's go in the darkness and have a look then, shall we? As you can see, it's quite dark under these trees. What have you got?
I've got a bit of peat from the forest floor. Lovely, rich, dark, slightly acidic our soil is. Brilliant for making whiskey, but not so good for growing things because on top of it, in here, is 22 years worth of dead pine needles. And that makes it super acidic, which is one of the reasons why if you point your camera down there, it's just dead. There's just nothing growing. So we need to take the trees out, we need to repair the soil and then start planting some nice native trees, but not in horrible straight rows and not so close together. So someday it'll look natural and native again. But this is your plot just here.
This bit?
This bit. Both of you, side by side. Lady Esme and Laird Simon.
Is it? This bit's mine, is it?
That's it.
Yeah, that's mine. Right, there we go.
Wait, is this bit mine?
Yep, side by side.
I'm getting on.
Yeah, I'll get out the road because it's not mine.
There we go. Hey, that's your land. Yeah. Do you want to stand on that bit there?
Go on,
Yeah, stand there. Right, get off my land.
Very good. Endless fun from that joke, Simon.
I never die of that joke. Magic. Okay. Right. Well, obviously we've got a bit of a job to do because we've got to help conserve this then.
Yeah.
What am can I plant something here?
It won't grow until we move the trees, but yeah.
Nothing will grow?
Not really. No, there's not enough light. Your super phone is camouflaging the fact that
it is very, very, very dark in here.
Can I make a pond? Or would still nothing grow?
No, it's not dry. It's quite wet and spongy, really, but that's because it's peat. But no, it's just not. It's not for growing yet. You have to wait.
Can I build a really tall thing?
Well, so long as its base is not more than a foot square.
So really, I could do absolutely anything?
No.
Have I signed some terms and conditions?
You're conserving it, isn't it? Conserving it.
Yeah, you have to think of what it's about. Nature, conservation, restoration. So if you build your sauna or your whatever you have going on in that mind, then it's not really about restoration or conservation. So yeah.
I appreciate that.
But your first idea was good. Plants, trees, anything native.
No, nothing that grows in the dark.
Well, mushrooms.
Could I? Could I grow some mushrooms?
Possibly in here, yeah. Lovely peaty soil, dark, humid.
There you go. See? Right. But it's not going to be dark for long, hopefully.
No, that's right, yeah.
So we get,
See, as I'll have another tree.
this is very peaceful. What's the crack with these coloured boxes?
That's the bees that we spoke about when we were chatting in the studio. So they start off plain white, but we offer them to the local schools and the kids paint them. We bring them back, pop the bees in, and then off they go.
Okay, and I see you've got a little lock in here as well. Is this the one you mentioned a few moments ago?
Yeah, this is the bigger of the two. This one, by a Facebook poll, has been called Loch Foish, which is Gaelic for peaceful, restful, absolutely ideal name. And then in a minute you'll see the smaller one next door. But this is the bigger of the two with the wild brown trout.
Okay, I must admit, I mean, it is very peaceful. You can't hear a thing up here. It's lovely. As it's stocked, can you fish it?
No.
No fishing.
Unless you're a heron or a sea eagle or a otter, or no, it's not for our lords and ladies to fish. It's just to bring in a range of wildlife that the reserve couldn't support before.
Okay, which obviously you mentioned before you've had otters and ospreys up here as well.
Yeah.
It's so tranquil up here. It's unbelievable. Proper out in the middle of nowhere. Okay. Right, no bees today because obviously it's a bit wet.
Yeah.
I'll take that as a good thing because I don't particularly get on with bees. And neither do you, do you?
I don't.
You don't?
I remember the bee story yesterday.
Yeah, I don't. They can stay there.
Yeah.
I'll go and video them close up. If you want.
So I say we just had a quick look at the close-ups of the actual beehives. What schools did what?
The white one with the poppies and things, that was St Bride's. The blue, pale blue, green one was Ballahoolish, and you're really testing me and my feeble memory on the others now. I think the one on the right was the Oban High School Special Needs Department, and I can't remember who that fourth one is. There's 8 hives altogether, so that's my excuse for.
We'll let you off.
Individual ones.
They're very colourful. I'll give them that.
Lovely. So 2 more hives here. One is, would you believe, from Mount Vernon High School in Washington State. And I'm sure that bottom left one is from Star Wars, but we don't mind what they paint. So that's our furthest away hive, and they don't get a visit and a chat, and they don't get to come and see the bees with the little mini bee suits that the local schools do. But it was part of an American tour, and the lady explained she worked in a special needs school in America, and they would love to decorate a hive, so they decorated a hive.
It's good enough reason in any, isn't it?
Absolutely. And the one on the left is a thank you to Webster Honey. That's the company we work with. We buy all our bees. We do everything through Webster Honey, but they give us absolutely fabulous support. They come and help with, the school visits. They help with the hive checking, so they get a free advert.
Quite right. And obviously you collect all your honey here. Does it all get made into honey, or do you use it for other things as well?
No, we don't actually take honey from the hives. We'd rather have nice, healthy, happy bees. So I don't know, maybe people don't know, they don't actually make honey for your morning toast. It's their winter store. It's what they live off over the winter when there's no flowers. So if you take the honey, 9 times out of 10, you have to feed them artificial stuff in the winter. So we just don't take honey.
I've learned something new today. There we go.
See anything?
Is this the top? Because it looks like we're at the highest. Well, we're not at the highest point because up there's the highest point, is it not?
Yeah, if you could see through these trees, the highest point is actually up the other side because we go right up to the top of the hill. But this is the best viewpoint. You're just not seeing much on a cold, misty Lochaber day.
A traditional day, should we say?
Summer.
Indeed. But I must say, it's very tranquil. And so you're looking out over Loch Linney. Yeah. I'm just trying to think what that small island is out there. But Balnagowan, there you go. I don't think I've heard of that one.
I think somebody bought it a couple of years ago. I think they're building a house on it, actually.
Yeah. I bet they have fun getting stuff delivered.
Yeah.
And then Cool Bay's just over there.
Yeah.
You're looking down onto Cool Bay and Duror down there.
So, Duror, Balnagowan, open that way.
Yep.
Okay, Stuart, so what's this? Is this a gift shop?
This is reception and gift shop.
Reception and gift shop. Let's go have a wee look. It's like through the keyhole, this, isn't it?
It is, yeah. After you. And Fiona should be in there too.
So we've got Fiona here.
Hello.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon. Fine, thank you.
It's lovely and warm in here.
It's beautifully warm, yes.
There's no midges either, which is lovely.
There you go. Gift shop.
Okay, right.
Tea and coffee.
Teas, coffees and gifts, all very good. So obviously people can come here and buy these gifts, which is always good. How can people come here? They can just turn up, they got to make an appointment?
If you're happy to wander on your own, then you can turn up any time. If you want a guided tour, you have to book it in advance. And we're already booking end of June, beginning of July. So the tours are really popular.
That's quite far away actually, isn't it?
Yeah, May's been booked for ages. It's been a crazy year.
Excellent. So obviously people can come up and kind of enjoy the peace and tranquility, but worth booking in advance really.
If you want a guided tour, yeah, you have to book.
Now obviously you've given us a bit of a tour about the place. We've deliberately left a couple of bits off of our videos so people can come and have a look for themselves. Is there anything you would recommend to people coming up here? Maybe they've never seen much of the Scottish countryside. What would you recommend? Top tips?
For here or for the...
For here.
For here, my top tip is book. Because then you experience what you experienced. You go around in the buggy, you see far more of the reserves than you'd have the time to see if you were just diving in for a quick walk. So I would say book.
I say we've been about, what, 45 minutes, I think.
It's usually an hour.
So it's a fair trek round, and obviously we've not seen everything, but we've seen a fair scalp of stuff. And there's plenty of peaceful places to go and sit and just clear the mind as well.
Benches, there's picnic benches, yeah. It's nice. Up at the Loch's my favourite.
It was very peaceful there, I'll give it that. I did like that. I'd say they can take a little gift away to give to their friends, family, relatives, that kind of thing as well.
And if you want to buy a plot, if you're coming without owning anything so far, you can buy a plot here or you can buy it online.
Okay, so in terms of buying a plot, how does that work? Do they need to bring anything apart from a card? Money or a card?
Yes, bring money or a card, yeah.
Bring money or a card. And how long does it take for that whole process?
10, 15 minutes.
Not long at all then.
No, it doesn't take long to actually buy it, but then Fiona or whoever is volunteering in the cabin that day, we actually register it there and then and print out a little map like the one you got.
Yes.
And then you know where your plot is, so you can buy it, get it registered, get a map and go and visit it.
Sounds good to me. So basically, people just need to come out the house and pop along and get involved.
That's it, yeah.
And maybe they can see the otters as well.
They could. We didn't, but they might.
Well, that's the thing. Maybe they got into Liddles. But no, thank you very much for giving us a tour and all the best.
Once again.
It was lovely to have a look about. And
Lord Simon and Lady Esme.
Nevis Radio.